Ty,
Brago.
how goes it?
It goes well. Happy Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's definitely how you say it. Happy Super Bowl.
An American holiday. I love it.
Oh yeah, except for the holiday part,
Yeah, something about
which
that.
the Monday should be a holiday for sure, bro.
Yeah. We could name it National Pole Greasing Day.
Pole greasing.
Yeah, because that's what they had to do in the city, right? So people would stop climbing on those poles after the Super Bowl.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I thought it meant something else, but yeah, we can do that. I think either way. I mean, I think they're gonna add another game and push it back regardless. But I think the Monday should be a holiday. Like people are up to like 10, 11,
Drinking.
like drinking, partying. And I think what's happened because people have to go to work, even if it's a Super Bowl party, you kind of just like leave after halftime.
Yeah,
like right
that's
after
sad.
the performance. Yeah, you just like, all right, man, I gotta get home. It's already 9:30, 10 o'clock, and got an entire half left. Like if the game's not good, you just leave at halftime. Like, all right.
I think that's what a lot of people typically do, unless you paid for the tickets yourself and you don't have a lot of money, because those tickets are
yeah.
thousands and
I mean,
thousands.
thousands just to go watch the game, just to go be cold. I mean, typically they're at a warm place, so, but no. I mean, cool event, cool time. Enjoy the halftime show. But something bigger than the Super Bowl, One Piece.
Something even bigger, the Mountain Eater.
The Mountain Eater, and guess what? We start off with
Amazing.
Who's Who, your boy.
Yeah. Oh, and your girl's in there too. You see her?
Think it's Ulti?
Yeah. She's down there looking all cute, right?
Wait, which girl?
Yeah, Ulti.
You think she's the one that got apprehended?
Oh yeah, dude. This is Ulti in page one, man.
Ulti in page one?
Look on the left. The left gives it away. It's page one's stupid bucket hat.
His bucket hat, right?
Yeah, he never
And then
takes it
Ulti's
off.
here. Yeah, but that's
Yeah,
crazy though.
it's them.
Like, who captured them?
It's got to be Who's Who and the boys. I mean, I underestimated Who's gang, but I guess, I guess they're
Gang
strong
strong.
to do this. Yeah, they don't call them the cats for nothing, man. They're not pussyfooting around.
I saw somebody said like canonically the cover page puts Who's Who over Katakuri.
I saw that because of the the Ulti versus
Ulti.
Katakuri debate. Yeah, how does it feel? How does it feel knowing that Katakuri stocks lowered this week? We need like an active counter and like Cat with like -10, -25.
Listen, that's all BS. These people
all
don't know what
hog
they're
water.
talking about. Just the hog water, right? I'm just saying because Who's Who, we don't know how he captured them. We don't know who he used to capture them. Either way, it's impressive considering how we felt about Ulti in page one.
Yeah,
but,
they were boys. They were the gang.
yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like for a while, I thought Ulti was like on page one. I mean, on Who's level,
Yeah, same.
or they were kind of, I don't know, kind of close to each other, relative. I mean, if he's the one that captured both of them,
Maybe
then
he
that's
tricked them.
impressive.
Like, hey,
Maybe.
Ulti page one, I'm trying to test out these new Sea Stone handcuffs. You wanna put them on?
Like
'Cause, like-
Caesar trick category.
Yeah, same. And
Yeah.
the thing is too, it's like it's 2v1, right? If it's a 1v1, I'm like, okay, yeah, Who can squeak it out, but 2v1, bro? The brother sister duo, that's not an easy battle.
There are kids though, so
Yeah, or maybe they just trusted Who's Who, and that's why.
maybe Oda's trying to retroactively make us think Who's like really strong. It's not going to work on me, buddy.
His fight against Jimmy was so lackluster that
Yeah.
it'll never fool us.
I know who you are, Who's Who. But they apprehended a rebellious duo, which is,
Yeah.
I don't understand why they would be rebelling against Who's Who in the first place, unless they're upset that he's probably trying to take over Kaido's spot.
I think that's what it is. Like, they don't want him to be the top dog, or maybe they wanted to be like the new leader. Just typically, like when you defeat an army, like all the soldiers start fighting each other, right? It's typically how it goes.
I think what's equally as atrocious is that all these people are running around Wano just free.
All of this is
Like-
happening, and Momonosuke and the scabbards, they're not doing nothing, bro.
They have no idea what's going on.
Too
And
hidden away.
Alti's running around here, page one, Who's Who, the entire of the cats. Like, they're all just out here doing whatever they would. Like, bro,
They're not
this
even
is how
trying to keep
Wano got
quiet.
taken over.
Right? Like,
Huh?
they're not even trying to like hide their presence. Like, they're cheering,
No, they're yelling, they're
yelling.
cheering and stuff.
Yeah,
Unless
they're
it's
having
like
fun.
soundproof, Maybe it's a soundproof building, but they have lights on. It's no care in the world. You would think Who's Who is like a Yonko caliber fighter or something, how he just doesn't care right now.
The way he's depicted, yeah. Like, look at,
Who
like, he
is
has a
this
whole
guy?
gang. Like,
Listen,
are
who
those
does this guy
his
think
Yonko
he is?
commanders?
And he's dressed in the Wano garb now, so it's just like he really plans on taking over. I don't know. I feel like this is gonna be a hilarious ending to the cover story. But the idea that Katakuri stocks it down because Who's Who beat Ulti.
It's a bad day to be you. It's a bad day to be you. Don't go on Twitter, Brago. Stay safe. Stay safe.
Listen, man, delusion is everywhere, okay? Just gotta let them have their time. Then they go back to the special place with straight jackets. But we are here, 11:39, Mountain Eater.
Yes.
Not sure what I thought when I heard that, but definitely didn't expect the outcome in regards to that.
Yeah, I agree. Like I heard Mountain Eater and I was like, what could this be? Like,
It
what
was
could
like
this be
Mountain Eater.
about?
I mean, Giants crossed my mind because like Mountain Eater is like, okay, maybe like,
Yeah.
somebody really strong, but we got to wait and see. Either way, chapter starts off, they're still looking for the key, right? Saying like, yo, where could this key be? And they stumble across the magic circle that Shamrock used when they summoned themselves inside the castle. And that's why they were like, yo, how did somebody break out of the castle if it's been blocked off? So more confirmation we knew, but
Magic
this is
Circle's
where
kinda
they summon
funny, bro.
themselves.
Like, imagine walking into your living room right now and you just saw a magic demonic circle. Like, what would you do? Like, they look at it and they comment, but they don't do anything about it. Like, they don't try to touch it or like, play with it a little bit or like
That's a
erase
magic
it even.
circle. I just leave. I'm not for something freaky. I'm not the investigative type. Like I'm not gonna go towards noises.
Like you'd survive a horror movie.
Oh, for sure. Like as soon as the first thing, like the first inclination of something creepy, I'm out of there.
No, I agree,
like
dude.
no, I'm not the person to be like, yo, we should go check it out. And there's always somebody's like, yo, we should split up. Like, no, dog. And I'm not the person that's gonna get together with a group of friends and say, yo, let's try to, call up dead spirits on a Ouija board. No. Like, I'm not interested in that.
Let's play with tarot cards, guys. I wouldn't do none of that, man. Like, even if it's not real, even if there's like a 0% chance anything will happen, I just don't want to mess with it, right?
I still don't want to take the chance.
Yeah. What if you're wrong? Like, what if it happens?
What if I am wrong? Like, that's why I don't say Candyman 3 times in a day.
Yeah. Or like Bloody Mary, right? That's the other one.
Yeah, I think Bloody Mary and Candyman. That's just twice. All right, that's enough. So here we go. We
can't see it one more time. Move on.
That's it. We got to keep going. So they're talking about the battle, right? With Harold and Loki. Something that I noticed. Looks like claw marks. Did you see that?
Yeah, in the background, right?
Page
3 slashes.
Page 3. Yeah, 3 slashes. Is Loki like a mythical zone? Does that confirm it, or is Harold?
Yeah, I think so. It's either that or somebody didn't trim their fingernail.
That's insane, though. It's like the 3 claws. That's like,
it's like Blackbeard claws, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of freaky.
Is Loki the Cerberus? No.
No, I don't think so. If Loki was a Cerberus, I think he would have commented more on like Shamrock Cerberus. I think he might be a dog though, or like some kind of wolf, or people are saying Fenrir. Dude, Fenrir gets tossed out every week for a different character. This is Fenrir. He's Fenrir. You're Fenrir.
You know what Fenrir is? It's cool. The new Ivankov thing, right? Where it's like whenever you need a theory to make sense, just use Ivankov. Like, well, Ivankov is going to turn him into a girl, or Ivankov is going to turn him into a man. It's just like, it just always works. I saw a tweet that said like, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, it used to be like the Scopper thing, right? Like, oh, this character, it's silhouetted. It's Scopper. It's Scopper.
It's Scopper. It's always Scopper. Funny enough. Well, we'll get there.
Yeah, funny enough. You said you saw something on Twitter?
Oh, it said that One Piece YouTubers are stupid because they would just say whatever they want to say and then they put theory at the end of it. I was like, well, kind of tracks.
Works. Yeah, it tracks.
It works, right?
Fair enough, dude. I mean, the thing is that we have to talk about all these different ideas, right?
All right.
It is what
Luffy's
it is.
a beach ball theory.
The minute we don't bring up Luffy's a beach ball, somebody's going to be like, oh, Brago, like, why didn't you call this beach ball theory earlier?
It was so obvious that he was a beach ball.
Why did you think about it?
I'm like, all right. So that's the thing. I don't think any theory is too crazy. I mean, I think if a theory is well constructed, well thought out, it's good. I mean, I think most theories are just like, yo, this could be fun. This could be cool. But I didn't like, why is it a problem? I don't,
yeah, as long as it doesn't contradict something that we know of, like is a matter of fact. I think it's
yeah.
Like,
people just having fun,
ideas.
Man. Relax.
Yeah.
But you know how people are. Like, yo, YouTubers need to be better. They used to be great.
What era?
Yeah, people complain about YouTubers every era, right?
Yeah.
I saw people like celebrating when Chibi got banned off Twitter. Saw that?
I saw, he got banned. He's back now. It's funny
because
I was witnessing it in real time. Chibi, he constantly like donates to like Asmongold. It's crazy.
Is he?
Yeah.
Does he? I mean,
I saw like a clip and it was like Chibi came into Asmongold's chat. Asmongold helped him out a little bit. And then Chibi dropped like 20 gifted subs like 2 or 3 times. Well, that's an exaggeration, but it was like 20 gifted subs and then I think 5 or 10. And then, yeah. He was just
so
really
you're like an Asmongoalder?
I see a lot of his clips online. He kind of floats around, yeah.
Like, so do you watch him actively streaming and stuff? Like,
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
okay.
It's just like background noise.
Yeah, I mean, Asmongold, like I went, like I didn't even know who he was until like, I want to say like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Something like that.
He just
Like
started popping up,
him and
dude.
with Elon went viral. I was like, who is this guy? And then somebody's
Yeah.
like, oh, Asmongold is about to be printing money. Then I went to his channel and I was like, oh, he talks about politics and Donald Trump.
Yeah,
And every
he's
video he
literally
makes
printing
goes
money.
viral. And I was like, oh, okay. And then another clip, because I clicked on that clip, you know, Twitter is like, just start farming clips for you. You click on one thing, you know, that's why you can't watch porn on Twitter. But you click on Asmongold, and then they showed like a clip of like his room. And like,
dude, it's disgusting, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's
I'm like,
nasty, bro.
He's just
it's
like a hobo.
It's like a millionaire living in a pigsty. I don't get it.
I guess he's just focused on the content, you know?
Yeah, I
That's
mean, he
it.
said he
That's all that
doesn't
matters.
care.
Content over everything. Yeah, I thought it was okay. It's cool.
Yeah, it's really interesting lifestyle.
And then they try to stay away from politics publicly. So, you know, I was like, all
Same.
right. Let's let's move on from that. But they talk about the mark, like you said. Somebody mentioned that there's a road. They use it in some other country.
I think it's Nami.
Is it Nami?
Yeah, because Nami says it looks like a magic circle out of a book. And then I'm assuming they continue, because we don't see like a mark that goes to road. So I'm assuming it's Nami who says, like, she continues her thought.
Yeah, it's like kind of far from road.
Yeah.
So maybe it's Nami.
Yeah.
Because she's like, it looks like a magic circle out of a book or something. And then somebody says magic what? And it's the thing they use in a ritual demon summoning in some country or other.
Yeah, and my thing for road, it looks like he's too scared about this whole thing. He's too freaked out to actually like give good input too.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But Luffy, of course, he's like, I think I've seen it somewhere lately. I just can't put my finger on it. Like,
oh, that hurts. That hurts.
Yeah.
Dude, Egghead was 3 days ago. Egghead was, dude, it was a 2-day trip over here. They pass up for 1 day. Like, it's been 3 days since Luffy's seen this.
Yeah,
and he
can't
saw
put his finger on it.
gigantic ones. 5 of them.
He can't
Crazy.
put his finger on it. It's almost, okay, what's worse?
That's our captain.
Luffy saying this or Zoro not realizing that the Seraphim are just like King?
I think this may be worse. At least for Zoro, we can say he's not racist, right? Like,
yeah, he's like,
we can at least say that, like, But for Luffy,
he's like, Zoro's like, oh my
worse.
gosh, now put it together. Black skin, black wings, fire.
In Wano,
Got it.
They were probably in Wano for like a whole week before they went to Egghead, right? Like they've been there for a minute. More time has elapsed from then, or comparative to the Luffy part, right?
Right,
That's
right. And he was hurt and scarred and beaten.
Saw Grim Reaper. Was the king
Saw
fight
Grim
even
Reaper.
real? We don't know.
Yeah, this is true. But Luffy, it literally just happened. They just say, "Oh, he ate," and forgot about it all. But I thought it tracks. I was like, "All right, this is Luffy." It is.
Yeah, it's very Luffy. Fair enough.
So then somebody says, "Straw Hat Luffy, I've been hoping to meet you." And of course, after the magic circle, Road is freaking out. He's like, "We got to get out of here." And then we see a guy called Mr. Ya.
Yeah.
Human, former pirate living in Elbaf. And Mr. Ya said he felt some very abnormal hockey coming from the castle earlier. Of course, now we know who Mr. Ya is, but I believe we talked about that last time. We were like, all right, that's probably the reason why that person was going towards the castle, because nobody would actively approach a Yonko and his first mate by themselves.
Unless he's really confident.
Casually. Yeah, so he's really confident just approaching. Felt strange hockey and went there. And then he talks about stories he heard about Luffy and saying that, yo, I heard that you took care of Kaido and I would love to go traveling around Wano again, which implies that he stopped going to Wano because of Kaido. All right? I don't know. What would you take from that?
Yeah, I think that might be the case, right? Kaido's there. He doesn't want to go fight Kaido. He's like, I'm retired. I'm chilling. I don't want to do it. It's somebody else's problem.
There's certain issues that you don't want when you're retired with the white flag.
And he doesn't exactly have a say in the fight, right? Like, yeah, sure, that's Odin's country, but Odin's dead. They're doing their thing now. So somebody else would fix it, right?
And he has a hot wife, so
yeah. Like, Brago, if I told you right now that a gunman is at my door and he's about to kill me, would you drive all the way over here to stop him? Like, nah, dude, that's a lot of work,
No, I'd just call the cops,
Yeah, do what you can from a safe distance, and then outside of that, just stay safe, dude.
Yeah, I'm not like a vigilante.
Yeah, you don't want to die too.
Yeah. I mean, the situation where it's just like, all right,
or like extreme diffy.
Maybe I can beat Kaido, but like, what if I can't?
Yeah,
and then,
he loses
again,
his
what's the
wife.
benefit?
He has a kid.
Yeah, what's the benefit? Like, Ripley, then somebody else gets to bonk Ripley every now and again.
Montoya, no.
Montoya, por favor.
Montoya, no. Dude, that's so good. I was laughing my ass off when I saw that clip.
Montoya.
The lightning. in the background.
I'm like, what the heck
Dude,
is
he
going
ran like 2
on?
miles.
He ran all the way there, and then, bro, and that entire show is crazy. 'Cause I've seen clips since then,
Yeah,
and
me
it's
too.
happened again,
It
and
happened
he's done it to
again.
her. I'm like, what?
Yeah, he just did
I
it
don't
to
know.
her today, where like he finally had sex with another girl to get revenge, and
Yeah,
she was like really upset and she was
she was
crying.
upset,
It's like,
but
bro,
they
like
said
you
they
did it to
showed
him
like her doing it
twice.
again too.
Yeah, they're just going. It's like back to back to back revenge sex. It's crazy. Dude, that relationship is cooked, right? Like they're
They
not living
showed them like in
together.
real time. They're still together.
Are they really?
Yeah, I guess they just wanted to
No.
have fun
I
outside of, well,
guess.
I guess inside the relationship. I mean, it went viral. I saw it everywhere. Montoya, he was going through it.
They weren't
It
holding
was,
back either. It was like somebody said it's like a 7.9 earthquake going down in the room. Somebody said it's like the bomb from Oppenheimer, bro. I said,
and they,
it's crazy.
not facts, and they were doing this all on camera. So they were
They didn't
just
care.
they didn't care. Knew Montoya was watching. I don't know.
I
I
love
don't
that
know.
it's not just them as well. Like the other contestants have to watch as this happens,
Right,
and you can
and
see
they're
them.
so
Like,
they're like, why would they do this?
oh my
But
god.
bro, Montoya, he was just it broke him, man. It broke him.
Do you think that is a Goonacide moment?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, that's like
sure.
a more respectable Goonicide moment. You know,
Yeah,
Goon Out
yeah.
moment. Yeah,
That's respectable going aside because it's like it's right in front of you, live streamed, the whole world saw it.
Then
And then
it
she
went
comes
viral
out
on
and she's
Twitter.
mad at you. She's mad at you. Like,
Yeah, and she started it
and-
too. Like it was a crazy escalation.
yeah, I saw like people were like, oh, well, of course he cheated first. And I was like, so I went down a rabbit hole.
Yeah,
Apparently he
same.
got like a lap dance.
Yeah, he got a
right?
lap dance, and sure, the lap dance was very provocative, right? On a scale of
It
1 to 10,
was.
the lap dance was like a 10. But having sex,
It's still a lap dance.
yeah, it's still a lap dance. Like having
It's still a
sex
lap
and taking it to that level is crazy. Like that's
Yeah,
that's
that's
insane
kinda-
escalation.
Yeah, she would.
You got a
Yeah,
lap dance
she-
full time to have sex with somebody. What? What?
Yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy. Again, this show, I'm like, it has. I don't know if it's fake, where they're not even together. It's just playing it up for the cameras. But Montoya, he was broken, man. He was broken. So yeah,
Stay strong.
Scopper doesn't want to be Montoya. Okay,
Yeah, I don't blame him.
where Kaido forces him to watch.
Ooh, especially if he has crazy observation. Like he could probably see that all the way from Wano.
Right, hear it. I mean, what if Kaido captures him and then goes and captures Ripley and what's his name? Colin.
He could
Um,
raise Colin to be a good soldier. Better
Right,
than
he's like, you
Yamato,
finally get the
yeah.
son
Yeah.
that he didn't have. He's like, yeah, my daughter used to cosplay as a boy, but now you actually are a boy.
And you want to be a warrior. You want to fight? All right.
You actually want to fight. What? That's exactly what Kaido wants. See,
Yeah.
Scopper is smart. He don't want to give his family away to Kaido.
He knows
So,
what Kaido.
so the thing is with Mr. Ya, it's interesting because he's Ripley's husband, confirmed.
Yes.
And now it's like, how? First off, Colin's 20, Ripley's 80. But the thing is, he's like, marrying a giant's not worth it. I get older. They stay the same age. Which led me to think it'd be dope for like a movie centered around Scopper, just trying to get young again.
Yeah, that'd be really sweet, right? Like imagine he tried to find like a cure to old age. Dude, maybe he should go visit Dr. Kureha even, right?
But he's like, but he turns into like a villain type character where he's willing to do whatever it takes to get it.
Maybe that's what happens here. Maybe he joins the Gorosei so he can stop aging.
It's interesting because
that's a good
even Road knows about him, right? And they call him Mr. Ya, where it's like
Yeah.
he's like pretty much a resident of Elbaf at this point, which is going to lead to another point that I have later. But I don't know if whatever talks about this, but a giant and a human is crazy. I saw somebody post about Big Mom. She has a Tontada that's a kid, and apparently she mated with the Tontada. So
Sex in One Piece is something we don't question, right? It's kind of like Dragon Ball with Goku. Like they
Yeah.
just don't know what happens. It's just you wake up the next day and boom, you got a kid.
yeah, sex is shown as like a high five.
Yeah, yeah. That's how they transfer the DNA.
That's how they
just
do
a
it.
high five.
Just a high five. That's all you got to say. Scopper talks about mixed blood races throughout history. Talk about the Buccaneers, the long arms, the long legs, your people, and the Wotans. But then they mentioned a new race. I was like, I've never heard of this. I'm like, am I forgetting something? The Dosundaras.
Dosundaras. Curse
What's
name. Really
What do you
cursed.
think is a Dosundara? Do you think it's a fighting dugong and a giant?
I don't know. Like I either way though, the name just really doesn't sound appealing.
Here's the thing. The Wotans, that's fishmen and giants, right?
Yeah, Fishman Giants, yeah.
Buccaneers are basically humans giants.
I would assume so.
Dosundara,
Could be Tontada Giant?
and that's just a human, right?
Tontada Giant. Yeah, that would make a human. Unless they're like abnormal in certain areas. Like maybe they got big head. Okay.
You know,
Buccaneers have big bodies, big torsos,
yeah.
long arms, long legs, all that. They have their long limbs. Wotans, they look like giants, but they're just fishmen. I think Dosundatas might just be like big heads.
Ivankov?
Yeah, I guess kind of like Ivankov, yeah.
Like who else is there? Like Raizo?
Yeah, Raizo has a fat head. Yeah, maybe Oda's giving the fat heads a dedicated race. Either way, I feel like they need to be like exterminated. When Scopper was listing off all these races, I'm like, man, he's listing off all the people I don't like.
I read this, I was like, damn, Sai's gonna hate this.
Yeah, somebody tweeted that at me too. They're like, oh, I bet Sai did not like this line. It's like, yeah, you're correct.
Probably hate Scopper now.
I still like Scopper.
He said, these blended people don't tend to last long, but in every era, they've always been those who are more open-minded, which is interesting. That's an interesting way to say that.
Blended people is a crazy way to call them.
These blended peoples don't tend to last long.
That's Viz,
this is peoples too.
Yeah.
These blended peoples, they don't tend to last long. Like he's saying that they just get killed out. They're just killed.
Yeah.
Just hunt them. Maybe Dusandata is like extinct.
Oh, yeah.
That's why we haven't heard about them. Because when we think about like, do you remember Big Mom's statement about like the races that she doesn't have?
God, that line gets
that
so
was
much
so long
mileage.
ago.
Yeah, it's so long ago. And she said she was missing 3 races, right?
Yeah.
So Lunarian, Buccaneer, Dosundata?
Maybe Dusandata is the one that she's missing as well.
Yeah.
Because she had long arm kids, right?
Yeah. She had long arm kids. She had snake neck people. Ooh, here's a good one.
Smoothie is a long leg, right?
Yeah, Smoothie's long leg. People
so
are
she
saying
had everything.
This could be Blackbeard's race because he's from like a special tribe or special bloodline.
Okay.
Maybe Blackbeard's a Dosundata, whatever that means.
Wait, is Praline a Wotan?
Praline? I think she's just a regular fish person.
Because she's like way larger than Aladdin. She's like a big fish.
Yeah, maybe it's like a... Yeah, she's like a shark, right? I'll look it up. One Piece, Praline, hammerhead shark. Yeah, half human, half hammerhead shark.
This is just regular.
Yeah.
Because the Wotans that we see...
We just got one.
Like the Big Pan and Sebastian.
Pan. Oh, yeah, Sebastian from 3D2Y.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I forgot
crazy.
about him. Who beat him again? It was Boa, right? No. It was it Buggy? No. Who beat Sebastian?
Remember he's blind, so Boa's power didn't work on him for whatever reason.
Oh, Luffy beat him. And then Perona got up. Perona took him down for good. Oh, shout out Perona, man. Love Perona.
Yeah, we absolutely adore Perona.
Perona dedicated video win.
So we have talks about these different species. It made me think about a previous chapter though, because remember we saw all those species fighting against Emu, whatever.
Yeah.
And then he talks about like every era has them, like these people who are more open-minded, which is like, I wonder where Oda's going with that. I feel like that's just not just a throwaway. I feel like it's gonna go somewhere. So I'm just, see if they expand upon that in the next chapter. But Scopper, he's a preacher of love.
Yeah.
Personality wise, seems very similar to Sanji. Which, how do you feel about that? Do you have an issue with that?
Oh no, I love
these
it.
Forced parallels.
When it comes to One Piece, we expect things like this, right? Like Zoro's gonna be like the Rayleigh parallel, Luffy's Roger. It makes sense that Scopper's Sanji. I mean,
I don't have
going
any
back
issue with
to
this.
The blended race thing, right? Like Scopper, human with the giant. Sanji, we don't know who he's gonna end up with, but people are leaning towards Pudding? 3-eyed. Yeah. And then Zoro has Hiyori,
I think it's either
obviously.
Pudding or Viola.
Okay, Viola's it's not a candidate.
You don't think Viola's a candidate for Sanji?
I mean, I'm sure he could get Viola, but they had no real romance going on though, right? Like Sanji kissed Pudding. They married.
She was
even.
Underage.
People say the same thing about Scopper and Ripley. They're like, well, in giant years, yeah, she's that old, but bring her to human years, and it's like she's young.
Well, I'm just thinking about like, okay, out of all three, Rouge, Shaki, and Ripley, she's number one, right?
Ripley takes it. The only downside is that she's a giant, and it's hard to like, you don't know how you're gonna do any of that. But
you gotta navigate,
yeah.
Like
in terms of appearance,
I would assume
Ripley
the
wins.
Preacher of Love out of the Straw Hats would have like the baddie, like Zoro's gonna end up with somebody strong as well, somebody you can train with, something weird like that. But I thought it was interesting, and I don't have an issue with it considering that Rayleigh is nothing like Zoro personality wise. So Sanji being like Scopper, I have no issue with it. It's kind of like, all right, Oda leaned in somewhat the parallel of like, okay, they're strong and they're the right hand, but really in Zoro personality wise, they are nothing alike.
They have similar
different
epithets though, like Dark King and King of Hell. So that's nice.
Which is,
it's not bad.
That's cool, but it's like he didn't make Rayleigh dumb, like just meathead swordsman. Like Rayleigh's cerebral, smart,
Yeah.
like a great leader. Not saying Zoro. I mean, Zoro
I
is
think,
not.
age Zoro up like 40 years. I bet he will be like that though.
Ah.
Older Zoro? Dude, I could see older Zoro leading like the village or, country dojo. Could like think about retired Zoro. Like, would he just be roaming around, or would he like place some roots and just train the next generation of swordsmen? I feel like that's what he might do.
It's
It's the
tough with
Shimotsuki
Zoro.
blood, bro.
But the thing is, here's the thing though. Like even back then, Rayleigh seemed very cerebral and like smart and knowledgeable, and he was kind of the one that was keeping Shanks and Buggy in check. So
True.
with Zoro,
No,
I
you're
do
right.
think
You're
he
right.
gets better. But Zoro's not dumb, but he's not necessarily
He's not
smart.
Vegapunk.
Yeah. So we'll see. Maybe 40 years Zoro from now, like we'll see if what he becomes. Because Zoro's only 21.
Yeah, I think he's 21.
That's the crazy part about all this. Like the Straw Hats are like kids.
Yeah, Luffy's 19.
Like,
it's like Ash
they're
out
like
of Pokemon,
so
right?
young, bro.
He never ages, bro.
They're so young. So nah, shout out to Zoro though. But they talk about searching for the key cuffs. A funny part about this scene though is how irritated Zoro was with Scopper.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Like it's low key. It's low key, but like
it's just like Sanji versus Zoro, right?
Yeah.
Like even he almost senses it in a way. He's like, oh, like this is the Sanji parallel. I don't know if I like this guy.
He's like, I'm done with this, bro. I can't. Like he was so happy when Luffy's like, all right, let's just move on.
Yeah, you can see like a sigh of relief coming out of his
Yeah,
mouth.
he's like, oh.
Thank God we're
He's a
done with
waste
this
of our
guy.
time. But Scopper's interesting. He talks about Loki.
Yeah.
Right. And he said, if it's one thing he loves, is other people causing trouble. Right.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. He says, Nami says, that's really tacky. You better not tell anybody about this. He says, young lady, secrets are born to be spread. It's like, huh? Which it made me think of, okay, did Scopper disagree with Roger's route and what he chose to do? Where would he have been okay with spreading the secrets of what they found, as opposed to one person being like, oh, having to find this thing? So I'm interested to see the conversation
like
they
Rayleigh's
had.
the same way, right? Because Rayleigh back at Sabaody, we don't know if he would have told us 100%, but
He's
when
ready
we
to,
asked
though.
him, he was like, oh, you guys want to know, don't you? And then that's when
He's ready to.
Yeah, Luffy and Robin were like, no, it's fine. We'll just find out on our own.
He says, do you know what kind of man Loki is? The worst should happen because of this. What's your plan? Luffy's like, I'll beat him up, put the chains back on him, of course. He's like, well, Shanks did that. But prior to that, no one was ever able to stop him. I'm just like, does that include you, Scott?
I wonder. Because, like, I feel like something we're going to talk about here in a bit is the whole do not linger in Elbaf, right? Because we come to find out that Scopper's been here for 20 years. Maybe he occasionally has to leave Elbaf. Kind of like when we saw him in the Crocus cover page story. Like maybe that's he's vacationing every now and then.
Maybe. But he says no one was ever able to stop him, which is like, it adds to Loki's legend, but it also adds to Shanks' legend.
Yeah.
Which is like, all right, they're really building up this Shanks guy. He must be really cool.
I can't wait to meet him.
But he's like giving them the breakdown of like, we got to worry about this because what is Loki's powers? What damage might he do? How tall? And they just turn away like, all right,
it
he's
sounds
talking.
like a video game.
Like he's yapping. Like, let's go look for the key. And then they start talking about who this guy really is, right? And again, this was a huge debate in the community just because the different translations gave some different interpretations, I'd say.
Yeah.
So it says in the old Pirate King's crew, there are two others who were especially strong aside from Roger himself. And I'm surprised that more like the Straw Hats all don't know about this. Because Usopp's like, I'm guessing it's Rayleigh and someone else. So it's like they don't know of Scopper.
Yeah, like this was a legend, right? Like they're like, yes, he's equally as notorious. He stood shoulder to shoulder with him. It's like, wait, guys, if you know about Roger, how do you not know about this guy, right?
Yeah, maybe just not. You don't have as much, cachet as Rayleigh and Roger, but like they're saying, no, he was up there with those guys. And then they gave a nice little story about Scopper and him saving Roger. And here's the thing, like I understand like the hype. And the hype to build Scopper's legend. The tough part about it is like when we put it into perspective and we scale it, like not gonna lie, let's say 1,000 pirates were surrounding Zoro. Would you be worried?
No. I mean, I think back to Fishman Island, right? There were 100,000 Fishman pirates and the Straw Hats dealt with them. Luffy knocked out 50K with Conqueror's Haki. And then the rest of the Straw Hats had to deal with 50K.
So that's why it's like
crazy.
It's like, all right, hundreds of enemies, okay, but it's like we've seen how top tiers deal with fodder. At the end of the day, they stand no chance.
Maybe
so it was
this
like,
is before he was like in his prime. Like, think about like a Zoro, for example, like Whiskey Peak. Maybe this is like Whiskey Peak level Scopper, before he got all the upgrades. Like, this is just like the first thing Scopper did. And then after that, the name just stuck with him. Kind of like how Zoro was always, he's still like Pirate Hunter Zoro,
Pirate
right?
Hunter, which is crazy.
Yeah, like he's not a Pirate Hunter anymore. Like maybe that's the thing. It's just an old nickname
that
just
stuck.
First showing and boom. That's
Maybe. Because if it's just a hype, it's like, because of where we are in the story, it just doesn't.
It could have been better.
Yeah, it could have been a lot better. So they talk about like how he, well, in one translation, it implies that he left, like he basically clipped a mountainside.
Yeah.
Like it implied that he like basically cut a mountain. And I was thinking of the law of feet. I was like, oh man, that's crazy. This was very more specific where it's like, well, no, he just trimmed the mountain. Like no trees were left standing, So he's like a lawnmower.
Yeah, he just can't help but chopping down trees, right?
Which speaks, I don't know. How do you feel about that? Does it speak? He's just using axes. So it's just like, they're really sharp. So.
Yeah, I mean, the way I see it is kind of like the Green Goblin. Like, like how Osborn just had the mask whispering to him, put me on, Harry. Like maybe Scopper's axe is cursed, and it's just like, Scopper, chop down the trees. There's a tree over there. Maybe it's so like that.
Wait, so you can't have him anywhere near the World Tree, huh?
Yeah. There's a reason why. Scopper left his axe in the throne room. Go to the end of the chapter. The axe isn't there anymore. He picks up the key. I think he knows the danger of that axe, bro. You can't stop it.
Does that mean, like, if I asked you to pick one, who do you think is stronger? Or who wins, Green Bull or Scopper?
It's an endless battle, right? It's like yin and yang.
Yeah.
People are saying that Green Bull's been real quiet ever since this feat came out. That's so funny. Green Bull's been real quiet after Scopper's been here.
Nah, it would be interesting. Like I said, with my theory of Green Bull pulling up, I think a fight with him and Scopper would be like a really interesting, like it wouldn't be crazy if Scopper was able to hold off Green Bull, I
mean, Rayleigh and Kizaru, they had a little scuffle at Sabodia.
Yeah, so that'd be cool if Green Bull did that. Yeah, perfect. Yeah. It's kind of building on that theory. I wish I put it out before, like sooner. But basically, they don't know who Scopper is, right? And they give him this feat saying, all right, he's like the mountain cleaver, and it's because of that he gained the epithet of mountain eater. And of course, Jinbei's like, oh, you guys didn't know this? I mean, it's a well-known story.
Dude, these guys need to pick up a book sometime, man. Like, Jinbei just needs to like sit us down and tell us everything he knows, right? About the old era and everything.
Long ago. Like, just tell us what's going on. Drew's like, what? It's a well-known story.
Come on, guys.
So this is the part that kind of drove people up the wall. It's like, after the first mate, Silver's Rayleigh, this man was known as the Pirate King's left arm, but it didn't necessarily say that in the other translation. So now it's like, it's giving a completely different feel to what the initial thing said.
I think.
But even the where it says here in the next page, it says a legendary figure who stood shoulder to shoulder with Roger and Rayleigh. What does that mean, Sai? What does that mean?
See, my power scaling is awful. Like I looked at my top 30 list after you did your stream, and I said, wow, mine is ooh, it's something.
Do you remember your top 10?
What's up?
Do you remember your top 10?
No, I don't even remember anymore. I tried to purge from memory. But here's the thing, right?
Like,
when I see this, I really think it's just notoriety, right?
It is tough because
I think he's strong, but I think when they say like shoulder to shoulder to Roger and Rayleigh, I think it's just like infamy.
It's just they're part of like they're the three strongest.
Yeah, the
right?
monster trio.
They're the trio of that crew. It's just that people are gonna take it super literal, and even in other translations, it made it seem like Roger Rayleigh was somewhat close to each other.
Yeah.
And then people, of course, are using that assumption and comparing it to Luffy and Zoro. They're like, well, Zoro's nowhere near to Luffy, so is it going to be different? But I'm like, even every crew is different, right? Maybe Rayleigh was close to Roger. Let's say after Scopper, we don't know of anybody else. Well, of course, their names of crew, but like nobody has the cachet or even the legend that they have.
Yeah.
The Straw Hats have a warlord, right? They have a warlord after that. Then they have Nico Robin. Then they have Frankie. Not like I feel like the Straw Hat crew so far at least, they seem to be just more notorious than the Roger Pirates. Of course, you got to find out more about the Roger Pirates because it's going to be something like, oh, Roger had an amazing navigator who drew half the maps of the world. You don't know that?
Jinbei just says, hey, like, come on, guys, like, catch up. Like, I know about all this.
Yeah, it's just like, come on, you guys got to read some books. And Robin's going to be like, yeah, I read that last week.
So funny enough, Sandman actually came out and he translated this as well. And he said,
what did Sandy say?
Yeah, he said Oda wrote Gaban stood shoulder to shoulder with Roger and Rayleigh, but this Japanese expression is ambiguous, so it's hard to tell if Gaban is in the same class as Roger and Rayleigh in terms of strength or fame. And he says that the same phrase was also used for Arlong and Jinbei. You know, he knows what he's doing. Sandman knows what he's doing. He said, yeah, by the way, guys, like he actually provided a screenshot with the raws. And it's the exact same words as Arlong and Jinbei. So he says, do with that what you will.
Wow.
So I think it's notoriety. I think it's notoriety.
Because Arlong and Jinbei, that is... Wow.
That's a nasty comparison. I mean, we don't know where Arlong is. Maybe he's been training. Apparently he's still alive according to Hachi because Arlong got captured.
That man is so funny, bro. Because even recently he's had little squabbles with
Cole.
YouTubers.
I saw him squabbling with Cole a while back, and I was like, bro, what is going on over here?
But the thing is, how he comes across is like he's like the innocent Japanese man, where he's just like, oh, what?
Yeah.
The famous YouTuber King of Lightning.
I love how he put famous YouTuber
with a lot of followers has a problem with me. I was dying, bro. Like, oh my God. And it blew up too. Everybody's like, oh, okay, Sandman. He said, what did he said? The famous KOL, and in parentheses, King of Lightning, who has many followers, feels uncomfortable with me often posting about Japanese mangaka's sexual crimes, including minors. Do you think I should stay silent and ignore their crimes so that foreign manga fans can blindly worship them? And then what do you call this face? What is this face?
I don't even know what kind of face.
The pleading face.
Yeah, pleading face, sad face.
The pleading face.
Please let me know what you think. And then Cole responds, and then Sandman backs it up, and he says, I appreciate Cole's polite feedback. His argument is so sharp that given my not so high intelligence, I'm completely lost on how to respond. Do you agree with him, dog eyes? Dude, Sandman's... He's something, bro. Sandman
and
is...
the thing is, when you get more context that he's like 60,
yeah.
Like he's an old man, right?
Old man.
He's like a really old man. He's an Oda stan. So it's just like, I think, what it is? It seems like he is perturbed that Oda associates himself with Watsuki still, and like people that have been convicted. Because I went back and look at Watsuki and the stuff that he got convicted of. I was like,
oh yeah, that's bad stuff.
But then the context they gave was like, well, Japan changed their age of consent 2 years prior or something like that. And I was like, what was the
what's on over here?
Yeah, but no, Sandman is hilarious. But no, that's I think that's good knowledge, but he knows the frenzy that's gonna cause by comparing it to Arlong and Jinbei. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. Sanji fans can't catch a break, huh?
They really can't. I mean, I just love the chaos though. Like I love getting a chapter like this and then just going online and seeing people argue. I think it really does make my day sometimes.
Same. I feel the same way when we get these, and it's like, it's crazy because one part of the community is like, oh, great chapter, good job, great vibes. And the other part of the community is like, oh boy, stocks up. Stocks up for Zoro, stocks down for Sanji. And then they were saying, well, we're comparing Scopper and Rayleigh's introduction, saying which one had more aura, which one was better. What do you think?
I like Rayleigh's intro more, but I like where this is going more though, if that makes sense. I like Rayleigh just popping out of the slave auction, but I love the fact that we're about to fight Scopper.
I think as a character, the design for Rayleigh's, I think just aesthetically is just better.
Yeah.
Right? I think Scopper comes off as more like a hobo.
Yeah, he doesn't look like a guy who's been like, I mean,
look at the
age. We don't know his age, but maybe
he's younger than Ripley, so he has to be like 79, right? 78, 77.
He does look like a hobo,
around there,
like a little bit of a hipster,
right? And he has on looks like black boots. Look at it.
Wait, where is his boots?
Like it's like when he says "love is free." I'm the preacher of love.
Scroll back. Oh, he does have black boots. Yeah.
Yeah, even if you go back when he's sitting down, looks like black boots. So it's just
his legs.
This is a very interesting fit,
Oh,
it's like Master Roshi.
Maybe he has like another nickname like Blackfoot Ya.
Maybe. However, he is so confident in his abilities, he told the Straw Hats to come and get the key. He said, come get it.
Take it from me.
Which I think next chapter is going to be a Scopper hype chapter. Just like insane. Okay, what do you expect from him that's going to be the standout? Is it going to be speed, hockey, strength?
Observation and speed.
I agree.
I mean, if he's,
I think his observation is going to be insane.
If he wants to dig into that Sanji parallel, observation and speed. I think there's a reason why Sanji's not here even.
They're going to meet though. It's going to be funny.
Oh, they're going to meet. Yeah.
It's going to be hilarious because he's going to ask him. Sanji's going to be like, so tell me, how did you manage?
As Sanji's looking at the giant women behind him, because they're fawning over Sanji, right? Like he's having a good time.
Just like, how did you get her to accept your hand in marriage? But then I think it's going to be really cool. Maybe Sanji learned something from Scopper. That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
If Sanji actually gets a legendary tutor, Zoro got one, Luffy got one. Not saying Ivankov is terrible, but I don't know if we've ever seen Sanji use anything that we can say he got from Ivankov. Either way, it would be cool if you learn something from Scopper. But I expect insane observation hockey from Scopper. I think it's going to be a situation where it's like they're not going to be able to touch him. Like he's going to be impressive. And then using the fact that he sensed strange hockey
and no one else did.
Nobody else did. It's going to be on another level, which I think is good for the Straw Hats, for Luffy, Zoro as well, and Sanji, which is like, it shows that as strong as they are, there's still levels to it and they can grow even stronger. So
yeah, there's always room
I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Short chapter, but good chapter.
Fun times.
Break next week.
Excited. Well, break this week, yeah.
Break this week. Yeah, break this week.
Time flies.
But got 4 in a row. Or 3.5, I don't know.
Yeah, technically 4.
Yeah.
Technically 4.
Yeah, we got 4 in a row. And we ended off with a really good chapter. So
yeah, shout out to Montoya.
I'm happy. Shout out to Montoya. Just don't be him.
Stay
Just
strong.
don't be. Oh, last question. Do you think he's a man with a burn scar?
Ooh. I feel like out of all of the candidates we've had so far, which really is just like what Saul and Kuzan, I think Scopper is the best so far, the best candidate.
I agree. I thought Shiki was a good candidate if he ended up being the guy, just considering his power and how he could transport the poneglyph. Scopper being that, I mean, first off, I need details. How do you get the scar?
I don't know. Like, it's a very odd looking scar too, right?
It's a very odd looking scar. It's a big scar. We did not see that on him back in the day. So I'm assuming he got it after Roger died?
Bro, if we learn, dude, they already hyped up Loki in this chapter. Dude, if we learn that Loki
got it from Loki,
that'd be crazy, yeah. If Loki gave him that, plus 50 for Loki.
I've seen people on Twitter already putting Loki over Kaido.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I saw that, but I didn't like read it all the way through. I skimmed it.
You just blocked him.
Yeah, just mute. I mute. I'm muting this account. I'm done.
Block. I don't mute. I want you to know what's happening. But yeah, it's Loki. The Loki hype is real. I said that. It's definitely real. But right now it's about Scopper. Can't wait for next chapter. But guys, thank you guys for watching. Sai, thank you for joining me.
Anytime.
Per usual. Guys, Sai's channels, plural, will be in the description box down below.
Just 1 or 2.
Check him out. Great content. Goon paradise. But
you know what's funny? I knew that you knew about Montoya. Like as an avid gooner, I knew you knew about it.
He just popped up in my feed, man.
That's what
I feel like
says.
I've kind of lost or I've tried to control some of the gooning that happens on Twitter. So like I'm controlling more of like what I follow.
Yeah.
Because it was taking over my timeline and I couldn't be on Twitter in public. So I've controlled it a lot more, but sometimes gooning just, you can't help it.
Yeah,
It just pops up.
I'm at the gym.
Like Kanye was posting goons. Yeah.
Oh my God, Kanye. No, as I said, I was at the gym and it's like I can't open Twitter anymore, you know?
Yeah, no, it's bad. You can't do that. And Kanye was the one who was posting like a bunch of different stuff. I was like, all right.
You see Kanye had the Super Bowl ad?
I didn't even watch that. I saw it after the fact. And he did it before, like something similar. He was like, he spent all the money on the ad, so he just like recorded on his phone.
Yeah, it's just he's like, guys, I'm at the doctor's office, or I think he said dentist. He's like, I'm just
dentist,
yeah. Go to Yeezy.com and that's it. That was the whole ad. Spent like what? I think the minimum was like what, 20, 30 million or something. He spent a lot of money on that.
I'm like Kanye. But
and it's all for a meme too. Is it a meme? I don't even know.
If anybody's gonna do it, it's Kanye West.
Yeah, shout outs.
He said he's gonna be performing at the Super Bowl next year. I was like, bro, there's nobody in their right mind that's gonna allow you with like a mic and cameras and over 100 million people watching.
You gotta admit, it would be really crazy. Like, people would tune in just to see what the hell he does.
Oh my God, bro, it'd break records.
Yeah, it would break records. Like, maybe they would.
You think he'd probably bring his wife?
She just strips.
naked. They
He would have
both
to
know
get
they just like do.
They would get
They
arrested.
do it
though,
reverse this time. Like she puts clothes on and he strips naked.
Right? Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, hit you with the
Yeah, you
yin
can't.
and yang.
You cannot have Kanye in front of that many people.
Yeah,
Because the
or
things
if
he
you
would
do,
say,
there's got to be like a guard right next to him, ready to take him down like at a moment's notice.
that's crazy. You don't even want to know. It's just like, all right, let's just bring Beyonce back again.
Yeah, somebody else, please.
Somebody, oh, Jay-Z, you can finally do it, but no Kanye. But yeah,
Soulja
guys,
Boy. Soulja Boy.
From The Boys.
No, just Soulja Boy, like the rapper. I will admit that's the first thing I thought of when I saw Mr. Ya.
Soulja Boy.
Yeah, he has that song report card from like 2005.
Why do you remember that?
Because the main lyric is "Yeah, trick, yeah." Yeah, that's like
hey,
the
Soulja
main.
Boy,
That's the main
can
hook,
I?
dude.
Yeah, trick, yeah. It's such a stupid song.
It's such a good song.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
The
the
fact
music
that you
video
remember
had
that
like a
song
mini
is
Soulja
insane.
Boy just jumping up and down.
Get out of my face.
Oh,
Yeah. Wow.
Love it.
Mr. Ya. Okay.
Yeah.
Guys, another fun fact. Psy is a huge Soulja Boy fan.
Love Soulja Boy, dude. He tried to release like a gaming console back then, man. I was
Did he
looking forward to
buy
it. No, it was a scam. It was a scam. I think he just like
Yeah.
bought like some console and put his name on it or something.
Yeah, it was like when there's like the Chinese video games where like it's a bunch of games
Yeah.
on one thing. I think he just got one of those and put like he called it the Soldier.
Yeah,
the
the
Soldier
Soldier
console. Or
console.
something. Yeah. I was like, this is insane. Wow. Who would have thought Psy and Soulja Boy?
Soulja Boy,
You didn't
The
know we were gonna
Rock.
get Psy and Soulja Boy content today. Next thing you know, like we're gonna tell you that there's a video that exists on YouTube of Psy doing the Crank Dad
Yeah,
15 years ago. Right, because when it came out,
Maybe,
it came out 2006, right? So like,
I think so.
yeah. Wait, was it 2000? No way.
To this day, people still don't know what it means to Superman somebody.
There's a lot of theories out there. But
There's
it's
a
like
lot of
One Piece
theories.
fans. You just slap something, put something on internet,
Yeah.
slap theory next to it.
If you
and
guys
just
are
get the
curious,
answer.
look up Superman Soulja Boy theories. Those are good.
Yeah, that's a new thing. You know what I mean? It's going to affect your homepage probably, but still do it.
Yeah, watch out. Watch out. It sounds really funny though. Like I almost want to try it out.
We will we'll do that experiment. We talk about it next time.
Yeah.
You guys like the video, subscribe.
Yeah.
We'll catch y'all in the next one. Yeah, trick. Yeah.